Hello, Umut here. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to do another art journal and I'm going to use this beautiful napkin as part of it. But I lost the part that I recorded to start the journal. But no problem, it was a small part, luckily. So I used this beautiful napkin for my border to create my borders. You will see it. I cut it up and down and sticked it on my page. So nothing too complicated. It looks like this. I just tore it and sticked it up and down. You will see that I'm going to create an aquarium scene. So I supposed these parts would be the frame of that aquarium. So we continue from there. I have this bubble stamp and I'm going to use it as a background stamp this time, and I'm going to emboss it. So I'm inking it with my Versamark and just stamping all over my page, and then I'm going to use clear emboss just to create bubbles at the background. And when I'm going to paint it, it will look, but it will have a natural look. I'm using my Ranger clear embossing powder here. Now I'm going to heat set it. You don't see them now, but they will look very nice at the background. Check out the close-up pictures. They are at the end of the video or in my blog, so you can see how they create a nice interest. I'm using my distress paint just to go around the corners and have some black definition there. It will also help me blend this frame into my page. You will see later I will use, this looked a little bit translucent to me, distress paint, so I will use my Dylusions afterwards. To create the scenery of the aquarium, I'm using several paints. So one of them is Salty Ocean, again distress paints. I'm just applying it randomly with its dabber. And I will mix some colors, you will see. Now I'm using South Pacific from Paper Artsy. By the way, you will find full list of supplies down below at the description area or in my blog, so don't worry. And I am putting my paints on a removable palette. It's very useful, this. You can just use it for your mediums. You tear it up from a pad and you can just throw it away later, so you don't need to clean anywhere. And I'm bringing another third color, Mermaid Lagoon, again from Distress. I will tell you my plan. My plan is actually to go with the colors that you see on my napkin. That's why I'm trying to create a turquoisey, greenish blue color that you see one of the colors on the napkin, so it matches there. Then you will see for my fishes, other elements, I will go with the tones of yellows, again another color from the napkin, and tones of pinks. And I'm going to spread it all over my page. This way you have a cohesive look. If you are having difficulty matching colors and don't know what to use, always go with the same colors in different tones. That way you cannot go wrong. Your page will be in harmony. As I said, I'm going to go over the border with my Dylusions again. I think there is something wrong with my distress paint. It's very translucent. It might be old, so I switched to my Dylusions for a more opaque look. And here is my cute new stamp set. It's I'm a Puffer for You from Hero Arts. It's a new release for summer. Here you can see. When I saw these cute fishes, I said I have to use them. And actually, I will tell you where my inspiration came from. There is a card maker, maybe you know her, Yana Smakula. She does amazing cards, and amazing photography actually. She colored these puppy fishes, and I saw hers. I said I have to have the same, and I need to color them very colorful. So that's where the inspiration is coming from. I will put her video down below at the description area as well if you want to see. And in the meanwhile, I stamped my fish with first archival, but then I changed to Memento Tuxedo blacking, because when you use Copics to color, Memento Tuxedo blacking is much better. Archival smears, but Memento doesn't. Since I knew I was going to use Copics to color, I decided to switch, and I'm not using the ones that I stamped with archival. And I'm using the tones of yellows, oranges and pinks on my fish, as I told you before, because they are the colors that you see on that napkin. So I'm trying to match the colors and create a cohesive page. I'm using tones from light to dark, oranges and yellows, nothing too hard or nothing too special. And of course you can use your favorite coloring medium. It doesn't matter, it could be colored pencil, watercolors, anything. This time I just randomly chose to color with Copics. So you see a bunch of die cuts here, and I will show you where it came from. I have this little bag that I save all my die cuts from other projects, or I cut randomly and put here for further for future projects. It looks like this, very messy, but I go through it from time to time, and it's very useful. All these pieces here, most of them, this is a flower, for example. This is going to be my son one day. And I have labels like this. Sometimes my friends give me die cuts and I put them here. I have some flamingo, ballerina, and you see these parts came from this bag because I cut them at some point and put it there. These I cut with my digital cutter, Silhouette, these stars as well, and I will tell you where the other elements come from too, and I'm trying to place them on my page. These delicate flowers are from Tim Holtz die, Wildflowers, and little fishes and little sea elements like mussels and stuff are from Marianne dies. They are little punch dies. I love them. I think I told you more than once, and I use them a lot. They are very little elements that could be useful in many projects, and they are cheaper than punches, normal punches, because you don't buy that heavy punch, only little die cuts. So I cut them through my Sizzix die cut machine. I started coloring them with my distress inks, and you will see the colors I'm using on the screen while I'm coloring them. It's one of these pages that I added a lot of detail, and it will take long, and you know, I enjoyed it a lot. I love paying attention to details sometimes, and adding a lot of different elements, making it a nice scenery. Sometimes I will have really simple pages with big elements and not many variety of mediums, and sometimes like this I will have lots of things coming together, lots of coloring, lots of cutting, a lot of details. Anyway, I keep coloring all my elements. As you see, for these flowers I chose two colors. I'm trying to give them some shadow as well. I'm careful about not having flat colors, so mixing two colors. Lastly, I'm coloring these. Orange and purple is a little bit tricky. When they mix, they create brown. That's why I'm just being careful about not touching them to each other. I want to have that beautiful contrast, but I'm careful about not mixing and creating mud. So finally, I'm done with some of the pieces. I still have my little fishes, but I will start sticking them just to start from somewhere with the scenery. I am sticking them with tacky glue because they are distressing. If I use matte medium, it will smear. And I decided my fish didn't have enough dimension, so I'm going around with my distressings again, the darker color. So I'm happy now that they have a bit more dimension. And I will stick my fish with a little bit dimension just to make it more realistic at the places that I want them to stick out. So for example, among those elements I used foam tape to stick my fish. However, on the page I'm sticking them flat with tacky glue. I am also sticking the elements starting from the edge of the napkin. Remember, that's the frame of our aquarium. Again, I'm going to stick this little star with foam tape. Just to create some dimension. One star is flat and one star is on top of it with dimension. That gives a more realistic look. Again, I stick my fishes with foam tape, and I'm sticking these little elements, my mussels and stuff, flat. Now it's time to color my fish. I'm really using one color because with distress ink anyway on the edges it becomes darker, and these are so little. I'm not going to use two colors on them. They are ready as well, and I stick them all around the page according to the layout. Now I'm going to do some embossing. This is a part of a Stampendous embossing powder set. It's called Beach. And it has elements that you could create some beachy elements. So I used my Versamark pen to apply my ink, and then I applied my embossing powder. This is white. It creates a puffy texture. I think it's very suitable to create waves or snow with this embossing powder. I wanted to create some bubbles with white. They don't look exactly like bubbles, but it creates a nice texture. However, I cannot say I'm so satisfied with it. It's a part that I'm not so sure, but I did it anyway. It creates a nice texture in the end. Now it's time to bring the real sea elements. These stones I brought from the beach a year ago from Italy, and I wanted to again add some texture. I'm putting some matte medium here and there and spreading some little stones, not big ones, because this is an aquarium, not the beach. So I think it looks nice, and the colors are matching. It gives a natural look and feel. So I like it. And I'm going to do some white splashes with my Ecoline ink because I have white elements on the page now. And of course I need to make these fish funnier. So I have these eerie eyes from Doodlebug. I was waiting for the day to use them, and I'm going to use them on these fish. I'm sticking some funny eyes on all of them. And now it's time for the sentiments. I'm using this cotton candy collection from 7 Dot Studio. I chose 2 sentiments actually. I'm going to cut it in the middle. It says being normal is boring, and the second says live inspired. So I'm going to stick it on the other page. And finally, I'm just highlighting my sentiments with my Stabilo all pencil. This pencil activates with water, so I'm just going around with my water brush. And the page is finished finally. I love how colorful it is, goes with the summer spirit that we are in, and I love all the little details that you can see on the page. Probably if someone takes it, we'll spend some time trying to discover what's there. Thanks for being patient and watching all the video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed creating it. Again, you will find the list of supplies down below at the description area or in my blog, as well as close-up pictures. If you like my videos, don't forget to give me thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. That's how I know you want to see more. Thanks for watching and see you next time.